This is the high-tech bionic companion that every man in the future world can own. They not only have perfect body proportions but also skin that feels just like a real person's. On top of that, they will unconditionally obey every command their owner gives. For just 200,000, you can bring a wife like this home. True love is hard to find, but a perfect young wife can be bought. That's the advertising slogan the company promotes. In a future world where the ratio of men to women is severely unbalanced, most men gladly accept this service. The man William had lost his beloved wife and grieved every single day, so he too came to the Bionic design company and custom ordered a bionic wife made to look exactly like his wife. When William saw the wife standing in front of him, he couldn't calm down for a long time. It made him think back to the first time he and his wife met. William brought the bionic wife home. After giving the power on command, the wife's eyes slowly opened. Because she had just been turned on, Emily still couldn't fully adapt for a moment, but bionics have extremely strong learning abilities, and soon Emily completely adapted to her role as wife. In her free time, she even researched outfits and makeup on her own. Open makeup tutorial. But what William liked most was his wife at night. With just one look from him, she could satisfy all his demands. Your companion is now fully sexually active. Enjoy your evening, Mr. Bradwell. The next part is easy to mess with your mind, so I've already watched it for everyone. In short, that night William felt this was the best money he had ever spent in his life. But the more popular these bionic wives became, the more women stood up to protest. They took to the streets holding signs and even formed a special organization called Scare. The organization also had a mysterious leader known as the Ringmaster. As an agent of the Bionic technology company, William's duty was to protect the Bionics from attacks by the protest organization, yet Bionics kept getting kidnapped without stop. That night while William was out on duty, Emily entered dream mode by accident while charging. In it she saw a man wearing a mask. The man handed her a card with a little bird pattern on it. Even though Emily didn't know what it meant, she turned around and embroidered that pattern onto a pillow, and after finishing it she gave the pillow to her husband. But her husband suddenly froze, and later that night, while Emily wasn't looking, he secretly threw the pillow into the trash. That same day when Emily went out, she ran into a strange woman. The woman showed no guilt at all when Emily fell, and after saying a bunch of baffling things she just left. Emily told her husband everything that had happened that day. Her husband told her that every woman was jealous of a perfect wife like her. But that night while charging, Emily accidentally entered dream mode again. In this mode she could freely choose any scene loaded in the system. All of them were past memories of her and her husband. This time, however, she met another man inside. Although the man was wearing a mask, Emily could tell at a glance he was not her husband, and the man kept saying he knew everything about her, that he was the man she thought about day and night. After speaking, the man lunged at her. At the critical moment her husband woke Emily up from the dream. Emily asked her husband who that masked man was. Clearly her husband knew, but he told Emily nothing. At night Emily watched her sleeping husband, and memories of her and her husband from before loaded in her mind again. I love you. At this point Emily still had not developed independent consciousness. Yet as an agent of the Bionic technology company, while out on duty, William ran into a bionic wife who had her own thoughts. Because she disliked her husband, she would rather jump off a building and die than be taken back by William to have her program reset. This made William start to worry that his secret would be discovered. He found the design staff at the technology company, hoping they could give him some kind of guarantee. Unbeknownst to him, a mysterious woman had approached his wife again and kept telling her to wake up quickly. If Emily wanted to know the true identity of the masked man, she only needed to enter dream mode again at 8 o'clock at night, and she would remember everything she had forgotten. But when she got home, Emily told her husband about the woman who had come looking for her. To find out exactly what they wanted, with the help of a friend, William put a pair of high-tech glasses on Emily. With these, everything in Emily's dream would show up on the computer screen. Sure enough, she met the masked man again. This time the man took off his mask and told Emily that everything about him in her memory had been deleted, but he would never stop coming for her. To get rid of the man's entanglement with his wife, William decided to enter Emily's dream himself and warn the man. Before the experiment began, his friend repeatedly reminded William that if William died in Emily's dream, he would also become a vegetable in reality, and killing someone in the dream was equally against the law. After learning all the rules, the two entered the dream together. The man appeared as expected, but William told Emily to run as far away as possible. As Emily left, the image on the computer screen moved away with her. At that moment William showed his true face and punched the man to the ground, but Emily got lost while running. The dream assistant then took her to a new scene, and the two men fighting also arrived there. William drove everyone else away the same way, yet Emily, who had not gone far, heard their conversation. Emily seemed to realize something, but seeing that the man was about to be strangled to death by her husband, she returned to reality just in time. William, who had been so close to succeeding, was furious, and Emily was told that her memory would be erased again. Emily actually shed sad tears, but her husband still sent her back to the technology company with the words, "It's for her own good." There Emily met other bionics who had been sent for repair just like her, yet she had a strange sense of familiarity. The woman nearby seemed to know everything, and a group of bionics knelt around Emily one after another. The woman told Emily how to preserve her memory. When Emily was sent to have her memory cleared again, she was already fully prepared, but she still pretended to know nothing and was brought home by William once more. Emily cooperated with William the same way she had the first time she was restarted, but then William's friend suddenly arrived. The friend learned all of William's secrets. It turned out Emily was not William's wife, but the wife of the man who had appeared countless times in Emily's dreams. William had fallen in love with Emily the first time he saw her. In order to get Emily, William had killed her husband and then locked Emily up in his house. No matter what William did, Emily never accepted him from beginning to end. This isn't love. So William struck a fatal blow against the sleeping Emily. Knowing all this, the friend could not allow William to keep making the same mistakes, but William shot her first. This scene was seen by Emily. Emily remembered everything. With independent consciousness, she loaded her strength to the maximum and then threw William to the ground with one move. With such powerful strength, Emily easily subdued William. All along she had been the leader of the anti-Bionic organization alliance, and the husband who kept appearing in her dreams was actually a companion pretending to be him, all to constantly remind Emily to stay awake. In the pocket of her deceased husband they also found a gift meant for Emily. New grudges and old scores. Emily planned to settle them all with William. In the end, Emily sent him off the same way William had killed her. As the ring master, Emily returned to her own organization, but William was turned into a Bionic by the technology company, and he still retained all his memories, formally declaring war on the anti-Bionic organization.